No, it's okay. Okay, now for real, we'll begin. So when you're ready, you can take the glass of whatever you're drinking and just hold it at our heart center. I'd like to start with 3 deep inhales and exhales, just kind of, settling into our space, maybe setting an intention for this integration or this meditation, but, just going inwards for a moment. Take a deep inhale, exhale. And again, take a deep inhale, exhale. And on this last inhale, let's remember our intention. So inhale deeply. And on your exhale, to go into the glass. Feeling your intention and your vibrations into your drink. And so we'll begin this meditation. So this can be a meditation that's grounding, but also connecting us to the cosmos. So this grounding meditation is helping to, like I said, connect us with the cosmos and Mother Earth. It will help to ground us in the state so that we're able to embody this feeling and channel this energy as love. So we'll begin by we're sitting, or if you're crisscross applesauce, we're sitting upright in a chair. But let's take a moment and kind of feel into our bodies. If your shoulders are kind of stressed, maybe like roll them backwards a couple times, roll them forwards. So when you're ready, you can sit upright and begin to close your eyes. And just breathe. Allowing yourselves to just be present for this moment. And as you breathe in and out, listen to your body. Try and let it relax. Notice where there's tension. And as you inhale, send your energy and light into those areas. And as you exhale, you can release that tension. Let's take in one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, you can let out a sigh. And let's do that one more time. Let's take one more deep inhale. Breathing again into any areas that are tight or where you feel any tension. And exhale. So at this moment, let's bring our awareness to our breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest and your natural rhythm of breathing. Whether it's a shallow breath or you're feeling deep into your belly, just pay attention to wherever you are. And let's sit with this breath for a couple moments. If you find your thoughts wandering, just gently come back to the sound. Come back to your breath. The thoughts are totally okay. They're gonna happen, of course. But welcome them in and gently let them go with every exhale. gentle with yourself. Sometimes it does take quite a few deep breaths. So right now what I'd like for us to do is take a couple deep yawns. So even if you have to kind of fake a yawn, by the second or third, you'll definitely kind of trigger that feeling. It feels funny, but it really does help to relax our parasympathetic system. So I'm gonna do a couple myself. Actually, it was pretty easy. So if you want to do feel a couple, kind of ground into that. I feel like it really helps to open up your diaphragm and your belly. When you feel like you've had enough of that, you can return to your normal breath pattern. Our next inhale, let's breathe in really deep, filling our belly and then your chest. Inhale as much as you can and hold your breath at the top for a moment. And then exhale when you're ready. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in deeply, beginning to fill your belly first, and then your chest, inhaling as much air as you can. And let's hold at the top and slowly begin to exhale, releasing from our chest and our bellies. Now you can feel your body and your energy activated. Feel your back expand with every breath that you take. Feel your belly expand. Feel your shoulders, your arms, your neck. Feel your head. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel your ribs, your hips. Feel your legs and your feet. Feel your weight on this earth and breathe. Notice how your weight is distributed over all points of contact with the earth. Left and right side, the front and the back. Feel the support of it all beneath you. Feel its energy activated. Return your attention back to your breath. Continue to breathe consciously in through your nose and out of your mouth. Remember that anytime you feel yourself pulling away from this meditation or you feel your thoughts, return back to your breath or the sound of the bowls. As you inhale, visualize each breath as it enters your body. Imagine that it's filling your body down into your legs and out through your feet. Give you a couple of breaths to feel into that energy. So you inhale, imagine that your breath is acting as roots of a tree. And these roots are beginning to dig into the soil. find its way through the cool topsoil. Feel it past the worms and ants and other critters that live there. And visualize these roots as they continue down into the earth. Feel these roots past the bones of our ancestors and deeper into the earth, through the bedrock, through the underground caverns and the rivers and lakes. And as you breathe, your roots are digging deeper into the earth, and they expand very wide as well, like the tendrils of a tree and the mycelium that connects us all. Now your roots have entered the core of Mother Earth. You are now grounded into the energy of Earth through this meditation. Let your roots take up space, exist, and feel this activated energy. Feel the warmth and the love, and feel the channel between you and Mother Earth strengthening. Let's take a moment with our breath, and let's begin to release anything that does not serve you. Allow anything that comes up to come up. Honor it. Thank it for its medicine. And with every exhale, let it go. Breathe deeply. Exhale. Honor any feelings that come up surrounding this. Let's give ourselves a couple more minutes, just gently breathing and releasing. With this breath, send it down to the fiery center in the cauldron of Earth. She will transform it and return it to you when it will help you again. Release your troubles, release your worries, release your fears, and feel free. Exchange of this energy. Feel the power at the core of Mother Earth. And remember that you are always connected to this energy. This power transfers the earth energy up to you when you allow yourself to be open to it. So let's do that now. Let this earth energy flow in through your roots effortlessly. Let it move up the reaches of this root system, moving through the underground waters, up through the bedrock, up past the bones of our ancestors, up through the rich topsoil, and right up into the soles of your feet. This powerful energy continues to rise. And all you need to do is sit, breathe, and be open to it. Open yourself up to the rising earth energy. It rises on its own, up through your legs, filling them with energy, up to your root chakra, filling it and overflowing into your sacral chakra, which in turn overflows into your solar plexus. And as you're grounding, keep your meditative breathing. Feel this energy continuing to rise. Feel it continuing to fill up your body. Notice the energy fields around your body now fully engaged with this power. And still it keeps rising. It continues to flow. Filling your heart chakra, entering your entire torso and your shoulders. This energy relaxes and energizes as it fills your muscles, fills down your arms, into your hands, and right through your fingertips. It flows it through your throat chakra and overflows to your entire head, all of its brilliant energy. And breathe. Feel this energy rising and flowing to your third eye, continuing to the top of your head where it fills your crown chakra too. Now let this earth energy flow to the top of your head, out through your crown chakra, high into the sky, where it touches the stars and the cosmos. Feel the light from the stars as you breathe, and allow your breath to spread out like branches into the sky. These branches are connecting us to the universe, with our higher selves, and with the divine. Be open to this connection and allow the light in. As you breathe, notice how the stars settle. See them gleaming on your branches and leaves, turning into silvery pools of pure light. light of wisdom, and light of knowing. Allow this light to flow into your branches, where it cascades down the trunk of your earth energy you created. Begins to stream in through the top of your head, begins to fill with light from your head, your neck, and your shoulders. Feel them activate and illuminate. Allow it to flow down your arms, into your hands and your fingertips. This light shoots down your torso and spills into your legs, your feet, and your toes. Light is filling your entire body. Feel how open you are and how you are a channel for these divine energies. These divine energies can now flow through you from earth to sky and from sky to earth. Let's take a few breaths and feel this exchange of energy within us. Your next inhale, the earth energy flows in, centering in the area of your heart. And with your next exhale, the starlight energy flows in, also filling your heart. And let's feel this energy space for a few breaths, allowing it to flow like the tides of the ocean. Feel your heart be warm and expanded. Breathe in this space. When you're ready, let's meet with our hands at heart center. Let's take a moment of gratitude. And let us send a heartfelt thank you to Mother Earth for supporting us, for grounding us. Let's thank the cosmos guiding us. Let's take one more deep breath together. Nose, hold it at the top, out your mouth. Where you can begin to return your awareness to your surroundings, moving your body a bit, hearing the sounds around you. Slowly open your eyes when you're ready. I hope that the J train wasn't too distracting. It's been a while since we've heard it, so yeah, I hope that was grounding for everyone and that you feel good. I was really excited about this final integration session because where the other ones were a bit more, you know, we had the breathwork with Jordan, which was amazing. We had a guided meditation and other sound bath. But I really wanted to create this space so that, you know, we all went on this microdosing journey. It's a very like expanding journey. It's not something, I guess now it's talked about a lot, but there aren't that many people who you can probably have these conversations with about it. Or at least for me, it was important because while I was microdosing the first time, I was experiencing things and having these like epiphanies, and I had like not a lot of people to talk to about it because, you know, it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of heady, and it's like, is it though? So I felt having a community where we can have these open conversations so you can feel heard and seen and supported and understood, because you know, we are all going through similar things together. And yeah, I really appreciate you all so much for taking this journey with us. It's been a really interesting last couple weeks for us. When we originally decided to do this, I had no plans of traveling. I figured I'd be here chilling, but we had a really cool opportunity. So it's probably the best thing that we could have done. Had a lot of nature integration. We got to see a lot of friends who are here in the chat. What's up? And just kind of like recharge. And, you know, this is a weird time right now. And a lot of us are on interesting schedules. A lot of us are given more time for self-care or just more alone time. So that's why I figured doing this journey during this quarantine that's so intense can kind of give us a really a deeper insight into ourselves and kind of explore the parts of us that we might not talk about or even want to think about. Yeah, did anybody finish yesterday's prompt? Or not yesterday, a couple days ago we had the prompt. We have some folks in the chat. Oh, can you hear me better now? I'm sorry. Oh, this is a while ago actually. Ooh, sorry. Someone says the best thing you could have done this summer. I'm really glad to hear that. Interesting, starting microdosing and coming out of social distancing and starting work again. Yeah, I feel you. You kind of come in hopefully a little bit more chill, like seeing other people chill, like, you know what, it's cool, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I had a few people, there are a few people who are taking the journey with us who I know personally and have hit me up like about the prompts or asking questions or just like, you know, sharing their stories and their insight, which I thought was really great. Yeah, I just would love to hear if anybody has anything from opinions to comments, questions. I'm open. Oh, Tyrina, thank you. I'm so glad. How long till you can do it again? You know, we've had different experiments where I've just did 30 days and then gave myself 30 days just to kind of see how I was feeling. which is why we wanted to do this integration. Actually, side note, integration is really important, which is why we are creating this space. And after this integration meeting, we're going to do another one in 2 weeks. I'll send an email to you guys. You're welcome to join, because I feel like, again, it's important to have these conversations and just be in this safe space where you can talk and be open about it. Someone says a lot of clarity and grounding. Yay, everyone. But I'm sorry, yes, you can do it again. So 30 days, I've done it for 2 months, maybe a little more, then kind of fell off sometime in the 3rd month. But there isn't a lot of information out there that tells you if 30 days is the way to go, or if 60 days or 90 days. Everyone is very different. And because this medicine is working on such a vibrational level, it's really up to you if you want to continue doing more. We're going to do a similar self-guided one to this journey in August 8th, and then a more in-depth one that's going to go about a month and a half in September. So just heads up. You fell off the journal prompts about halfway through. Would it be helpful to complete them now? I think it definitely would. I definitely missed a couple journal prompts. Like, I'm not perfect. Even though I wrote the prompts, I still wanted to complete them and do them in this space also. So I will be going back and revisiting them because, as we're taking this medicine, we're integrating it with our mind, body, soul. So maybe your answers might be different. If you read them before and just didn't have a chance to do it, you might feel differently about those questions now. So I'd be interested to see how you feel about that, or how it goes for you afterwards too.
I can share.
Hmm.
Wait, I don't know if my camera's on. Hi. I'm Chris, but yes, I did the whole microdosing thing, and I do think it would have been helpful to have someone to talk to, you know what I mean? But I did a bunch of journal time. And so it was super heart opening for me, and it was just really cool. I was super emotional, which I love to get that way because I'm not naturally that way. And so I have about 3 more journaling prompts to do, but I just love the journaling prompts. I also wanted to say that I love the playlist that you put together on Spotify, or was it Spotify or whatever it was. I was like, live. But yeah, it's been a great journey.
Awesome. I'm so glad. It's interesting. I had a couple emails from different people who were like, I'm feeling so emotional. Is it what's happening cosmically? Because it's like we're in Cancer moon, or we're in Cancer, or is this the medicine? And I'm like, yes, all of it. It's all of it. Like especially I feel like with the blue lotus and the mugwort and the mushrooms together, there's this special thing that happens where your heart feels like it's exploding sometimes. And for some of us, being vulnerable in that way is really scary, but I think that there's a lot of strength in that. So I really appreciate you guys for continuing with these 30 days and feeling into it. And I've been reading a lot about different people's experiences after, weeks or months after they've completed journeys that, not our journeys, just, their stories, but there's a lot of expansion and contraction. It's like we take these couple steps forward. This whole month, you probably feel like you gained a lot of clarity and deeper understanding and insight into yourselves. But, like Jandis said, she's back at work. So it's interesting to see how you react in these situations, or, things that might have triggered you before, upset you before. How are we reacting to them now? So that's a big part of this integration. This medicine is still inside of us, whether you're taking it for another 30 days or you're deciding to stop after this. This is a part of our body now. We had this whole experience, part of our consciousness, it's shifted a bit. So it's up to us how we decide to show up for ourselves in that way. Do you want to continue doing a morning meditation, sitting with your cup of water or tea or coffee and setting an intention for that day, kind of keeping yourself in that vibrational state? Or you choose not to and just see what happens. is this really going to be built into me? Are my neural pathways changing a little bit? Am I really like feeling lighter in the same way like I was 2 weeks ago? You know, some days yes, some days maybe no, just as the same while we were on this journey. I also had a few folks who asked, you know, I missed a couple days, or I don't really feel anything and we're on week 2. And it's like, okay, but maybe you're just not looking deeper. And then, you know, the week later or so, it's like, oh, actually, like, I feel really chill. I'm journaling more. A lot of my emotions are maybe not coming out this way, but they're coming out through these journal prompts or just through dream work. A lot of people have been having intense dreams, but not intense, maybe more vivid dreams. And I'd love to hear about that. I'm sorry, I have some questions in here. Did anyone have a prompt or two that was hard to connect with or answer? Yeah, I'd love to hear that one, because I definitely had a few of those where I was like, I know I wrote this for a reason and I have to complete this, but right now it's hard to face writing a letter to someone who upset me about my creative self, or, you know, writing down memories from things. Some of these are like hard to come up. So I'm interested to see if anyone else had difficulty, just like Monique is asking the same question.
Yeah, I had written in the chat that one about the bad habits, like calling yourself out on the bad habits. I like avoided that for like a good 2-3 doses after, and I was like, wait, this is a bad habit.
Bad habit, yes.
Like, I just didn't want to look at it. I'm like, oh, I'll just push it off for later.
Definitely. That's funny. I wonder if a lot of other people had a similar experience. If we continue, we have to skip days in between. And then for the spiritual bad, you know, it's interesting because there are different methods that folks are taking these microdoses. This method that we're using, this scientist's name is James Fadiman. It's his dose day, like 1 on, 2 off. But there's another guy that I've been studying. His name is Paul Stamets, and I've tried his method where it's 4 days on, 3 days off. And it's been interesting. I kind of enjoyed that one because I felt like I was experiencing the medicine maybe a little bit more. But I've kind of been hopping around this month. You know, of course, we did the Fadiman. The next month, maybe I'll try Stamets again. But it's up to you. Some people need more time in between. Some folks are like, I want to take 2 days on and then 2 days off. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, because I got like a cacao a while ago. Just kind of kept that in the fridge. So I took one today because the last dose I took was Saturday. So okay. I was like, let me just keep going, because for me, it was like the first 2 weeks were like a mess. And I was like, I don't know like what I'm doing. I'm doing the prompts and I'm like a mess. And then on top of that, I started at work. So I had everybody's energy and stuff. And then like the last 2 weeks, I really started to get grounded and started to like connect. And I like had like a good therapy session with my therapist, and that helped a lot. So like, I feel like now I can kind of keep going, and yeah, it's a lot better now.
I love that, because sometimes it's true. Sometimes it does take a little bit longer to break through that barrier. And I've got to be honest, I love taking mushrooms with cacao, because it's so heart opening. Like the cacao itself is like such a deep medicine. So you're already kind of put into this like open state. So it's even more helpful, I think, throughout the day to kind of be like, you're just walking around like this. In a good way though. It's like, I love you. Oh, I'm so glad that you like the tea. I have a lot of fun mixing these up. That's so good. I'm so glad to hear that people are like digging in deeper with their therapy sessions. Because again, like I feel like this is giving us a little bit of a deeper insight.
I thought something cool that came up in one of my therapy sessions was I was like livid at my boss for something, but like it was the way that she like reacted that made me mad. And my therapist was like, okay, well, how can we be open-hearted about this? And like she was like, oh, your anger is really your ego. It just went there. And I was like, oh my God.
Like, this is deep.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
It's all a sign.
So crazy.
That's amazing. Oh man. Cool. I'm really glad that you guys are having a good experience. What is Adam saying from the other side of the room? Yeah, definitely. What he's saying is definitely to see what works for you in the future. I feel like when doing these like meditation prompts, or even if you're not writing, but you're just taking a moment to kind of tune in with yourself, those are the days that you maybe are having a deeper experience with the medicine. I know I mentioned this in the last meeting, but it's a really great book by Ayelet Waldman called A Really Good Day. And if you haven't read it, it's definitely on Audible because I've listened to it on Audible. But it's really cool. She just is super real about her experience with microdosing. She's like an older woman from, I think like the Bay, Berkeley or something. But, you know, just talking about her experience through therapy, having children, being in a long-term relationship, and how some days she had a really good day. And some days she was just like, I still feel like an asshole again. Like I still feel back to my, like I'm on my bullshit. But similar to what you were saying, Janet, like it took you a little bit longer. Like you had, by the second week, you were like, oh shit, it's like, now I feel it. And she talks about it in the same way, where sometimes it takes our bodies a little bit longer, especially if we're so used to being in this high stress state, being, you know, maybe you are dealing with depression or something deeper. Like it's hard to just always wake up and feel amazing. So it takes our bodies a little bit longer to kind of relearn and reprogram and kind of shift the way that we're thinking, the way that we're feeling or wanting to look at things. But I want to leave the space open if anybody would like to say anything else.
I just want to thank you, Lindsay. I can tell that you and feel that you put in a lot of work into the prompts. And it was really well thought out. And, everything is energy, and I definitely felt that. And it was a beautiful experience to be doing this with you all. And I think this is such beautiful medicine, and any way that we get to work with it is beautiful. And I think it's also about healing and reclaiming a lot of the narratives we have around this type of medicine. And because, the universe, God, goddess, whatever, would not put it there if it wasn't here to help us. And it's just about learning about how to use it in a way that can help us, because with anything, the difference between poison and medicine is the dose. And so yeah, I actually had a big mushroom and a realization is why. Well, there are a lot of different strains of mushrooms out there. Like you feel different things, but on the whole, it's like, why do we feel so connected and loving when we're on mushrooms, right? Well, think about how mushrooms grow. They grow in community. They are symbiotic. And so when we're taking that into our bodies, we're taking in unity conscious into our bodies. And then we're doing this together, unity consciousness. And so that's what we're all trying to get to. And oh my gosh, I'm not going to write about this, but that's really what I had that mushroom induced realization is we're literally, yes, it's vibrational medicine, but it's so much more. We're really taking in the energy of love into our bodies together.
For sure.
I gotta say, I love that, Jordan. I think that's the most important piece to all this is keeping the community part going. So we found to be most inspiring too, and in your relationship with fungi and the mycelium, growing underneath the soil, connecting itself for miles at times is just, utterly fascinating. So if we can even link to a piece of that as human beings in a group, that's pretty cool.
Definitely. I really appreciate you both saying that. That was a really big reason as to why we wanted to do this within a community, and especially to honor the traditional ways that this medicine was taken. They're taken to kind of remind us that we're all one, that we're all together, that we're all here dealing and learning and growing together. So I really, yeah, Jordan, thank you for saying that. And thank you so much for participating and having that amazing breathwork session. I got so many messages afterwards. People were like, oh my God. I'm like, yes. Yeah, again, like, thank y'all so much. This was really, I know that we couldn't do this in person, but I really did feel just the collective love and the collective energy this whole time. And yeah, that's all. Thank you. Do I recommend anyone or businesses that have them? I mean, we did have them online for a while, but I decided that that's not really the best option for us. I mean, let's be real. It was something that I felt in the moment, like we all really needed collectively because of what's been happening. But I don't think we'll be having them open on the market like we did before. We are going to be doing more meetings like this or integration sessions like this. But we are going to have a class coming up in the fall that teaches you how to grow your own mushrooms. So, which I think is really cool because you can grow them at home on an altar, make them very intentional, and take your own medicine, which I think is the best because you can trust your own medicine. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But otherwise, I don't know. And I also, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's amazing, Lindsay. I can't wait for that. And I just wanted to share that I wasn't sure that I knew exactly how the medicine was working. Like I was journaling and I was moving through, and I think that it is also aligned with so many other shifts that I am experiencing at this moment. Like I went from COVID unemployed crisis from like 0 to 165 million on June 1st, and was like, I'm overwhelmed with work in this moment and in wonderful ways, and other things and family and all that. And I missed a few doses, and it wasn't until I missed a few doses that I realized, I think, like the way that it was compassionately working through me. And it almost, and I didn't attribute it to that. And then I like put it all together and I was like, oh wait, I haven't taken a couple doses. And then I was like, oh wait, I feel a little different. And I also think that it helped me build some really compassionate boundaries that I really, really needed to do with family, especially like post-COVID time. And yeah, like really define the way I think to do that lovingly. And I didn't, it's funny, I started the dose actually with my dad, and it was the first time he has like 16 years Parkinson's and has been talking about meditation, and I led him through, we did that first meditation and that first prompt together. And so it was like really powerful and special. And I just want to thank you again. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see where the journey goes.
Me too. I'm excited for you. That's amazing. I love that.
Bless.
So beautiful.
Cool. Well, yeah, I definitely don't want to hold y'all up if, anyone has anything else they'd like to share. If not, I'll be sending a follow-up email to you guys. I think my goal is to do an integration at least monthly. So whether you're taking, medicine that's from us or from other places, if you want to talk about medicine experiences that you've had in the past, they'll hopefully be a bit more guided. Sorry, I'm on the chain pass. So the integrations will be a bit more guided, just so we're able to have a little bit more interaction, hopefully. But I really, like I said, want to be able to create and sustain these spaces where, we can have these open and conversations and feel supported by that. Yeah, thank you again. I really, really appreciate you guys doing this with us for 30 whole days. Like, that's a long ass time to commit to something. So you're all amazing. And yeah, I hope that everything goes well. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or need any information on anything on here. and I'm back, so I'm way more checking on my emails more. Back in service. Cool. All right, everyone, have a great night. Thank you again.
Guys.
Oh, yeah.